Hi, I'm Lucy. I studied Classics and French at Wadham from 2012 to 2017, and today I work as a child rights advocate in an international organisation. It's a real honour to have been asked to share a few words this International Women's Day about what I think the significance of this day is and what it can be. But firstly, let me acknowledge that too often International Women's Day has become a corporate, sanitised event devoid of any meaning. Despite that, I am eternally optimistic, and I do think that we can still harness some of the power in this day, if not only as an occasion for critical self-reflection, and to allow us to think, where can we go from here? My time at Wadham taught me so much, not just about Ovid, sorry Steve, but really about activism and social justice. The activists I was surrounded by and learnt so much from were fighting for issues that, in my opinion, remain at the fore of what we should be fighting for this International Women's Day. Trans students were fighting hard for a range of issues that back then were barely in the public discourse at all. Gender-neutral toilets, for example, and college policies on trans students made waves in the student press. Today in the UK, trans women face an unrelenting hostility, abuse and violence, and I just don't believe there can be any feminist movement that doesn't put our trans sisters front and centre and speak out loudly in support of them. Students of colour began the Roads Must Fall campaign, pushed Wadham for the first ever tutor for race and racial equalities and people of colour officer. The college and the university certainly have a very long way to go still when it comes to tackling their history with race and colonialism. Around the world, racialised immigration policies, to name just one example, deprive millions of women of their rights, vilifying them, detaining them, separating them from their children, and standing by in silence as they drown, starve, and freeze to death. The activist work at Wadham makes me think of so many other groups of women who we should be thinking about today. Women in prison, for example, suffering horrendously during this pandemic. Women like Shamima Begum, deprived of citizenship in flagrant disregard for her fundamental rights. Disabled women, who in the UK today are 4 times more likely to die of coronavirus than non-disabled women. These women's struggles affect Wadham just like they affect the world, and so my hope this International Women's Day is that Wadham students past and present and future can continue to use the privilege that we have, that our education affords us, to elevate the voices of the women who most need to be heard. Thank you.